let's talk about NFTs and GameStop and Topps selling NFTs. And I'm also going to talk about how to know legally ahead of time the future corporate strategy of publicly traded companies. Now, the best way to understand NFTs is to look at collectibles. And every kid or man-child should, at least at one point in their lives, collect these things. Cards, comics, whatever it is, because you realize the value of money and the value of scarcity as well from a supply and demand perspective. I'll get back to this one here in a second and why it's so big. I almost got in trouble for it, and I'll tell you why. You guys have a good laugh at my expense as always. All right, and many top investors actually started out collecting these things. And collecting actually teaches you about supply and demand and business in general. And it also teaches you why cash is trash. This bill was made in 1935, and this piece of cardboard was made in 1986. This piece of cardboard is worth a lot more than this because there's a limit on supply of these things. And so it was actually a better investment for kids to take their allowance and put it into cards. And it could be Pokemon cards too, like my kids collect, than cash. Now, I'll get to NFTs in a second. And what will happen is you're going to have this unbelievable aha moment as it will all make sense. Now, my grandfather, God bless him, he used to tell me, Chrissy, buy land. They're not making it anymore. And the sports card market was doing very, very well back in the 1970s, speaking of a limit of supply, as were comic books and cards. Now, when I was a kid, I'll tell you right now, when I was a kid, what I used to do, one of my first businesses, is I would take cards and I'd enlarge them and I'd sell them at school. And I didn't know that was wrong. The copyright police didn't get me then, thank goodness. That was illegal, I know. Then after the 80s, like with all bull markets, too many people entered the industry and many sports cards made in the 1990s were actually worthless. And so the best NFTs are the ones where supply is limited, like this one here. Now, this is just an example of a print. So this is a print, try to get my face in here, and only 20 of these were made. It's not the real one, but 1 out of 20. And that's how we got to think about NFTs as well. You know, a limited print. Now, NFTs are like digital art or digital cards with limited edition prints. Now, of course, the lower the supply, the higher the price. And the Topps Corporation, which makes all kinds of cards, started selling digital versions of cards called non-fungible tokens, or NFTs. And they're virtual and not physical. And the younger generation of kids own fewer toys than we did, but they own much more digital content or rights to music, virtual gems, and a lot more online in the cloud. Now, I participated in Topps' first sale of baseball cards that are NFTs, and it was impossible to buy those NFT cards as demand was red hot. Now, the way it works is if you can't buy the NFT cards from Topps.com when they issue them, then what you can do is you can buy them on the open market on a website similar to eBay, except it's for NFTs, called waxstash.com, wax as an homage to wax packs. So let's go there together and check out Mike Trout's NFT card. So I'm going to go over to my browser, and then I'm going to go to Wax Stash, and I'm going to show you how this works. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to search for a card here, and this works for all kinds of cards, not just baseball. But Mike Trout's one of the best players now. Mike Trout. So I'll search for Mike Trout. He plays for the Los Angeles Angels. And you can see right here that you can buy this for 165 of the Wax cryptos. And so what you do is you get a wallet and you use the Wax crypto to buy these cards. And you can see here, there's tons for sale. Now, what does NFT have to do with cryptocurrencies anywhere? Well, there's a cryptocurrency called Ether that runs on the Ethereum platform. And Ethereum is unlike many other cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin. As Bitcoin, you can buy and sell Bitcoin on its digital ledger, so to speak. But Ethereum has its own platform where you can use secure contracts. And this is a big deal. So think of Ethereum's platform like it's DocuSign for cryptocurrencies, where you can exchange secure contracts. And many crypto IPOs, or ICOs as they call them, are done on the Ethereum platform. And most of these digital cards or digital art are called NFTs, or non-fungible tokens, which are also sold on the Ethereum platform. So this Waxstash platform is actually based on the Ethereum platform. And in order to buy these cards, you have to convert your Bitcoin or Ether or any other crypto into a currency you can use to buy these NFTs. Now, it's hard for us to know if what's being sold on Waxstash is the right price to pay because the list items for sale are there, but it's hard to find out what past sales prices have been. Just like the stock market, we know the value of a stock or an NFT or anything is based on the last sales price. So let's go together quickly to eBay to see what the last prices were on NFTs we might want to buy. So we'll go to eBay now. And I'll do a search for NFT. NFT. All right. And then what you do when you search for an NFT, and of course you'd enter the name of the NFT. This is Garbage Pail Kids, which is owned by Topps now too. Then you scroll down. You have to scroll down and select sold items. Right here. Then you can find out how much these NFTs were actually sold for. So if you want, you could search for NFT LeBron James. And the NBA is light years ahead of every other sports industry when it comes to NFTs. And so you could see what the last price was for NFTs sold here. Okay, the green means it's already sold. Now, with all collectibles and used stuff, you always want to check the last prices sold. And one data point doesn't make a trend, so you've got to look for multiple items that have sold. Now, should you buy NFTs? Yes, if you see that there's a supply limit on the NFT, like that print I showed you, which was 1 out of 20. And also, if you think that investors are going to like this NFT in the future. Now, Wayne Gretzky, who's my hero, right? And this is a Gretzky rookie card. It was smaller a lot back then, obviously. And if you get this in mint condition, it's worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. I was an idiot as a kid because I put this in the wheel of my bicycle so it sounded like a motorbike. But Gretzky was my hero growing up. And he once said the reason he was humbly so successful was not because he skated to where the puck is, but rather because he skated to where the puck was going to be. Now, by the same token, we need to buy stocks or NFTs or cryptos that investors are going to like. And we need to back up the truck and buy stocks and cryptos only when the ticker VIX, VIX, spikes to near an all-time high, as that is when people think there's blood in the streets and everyone sells all crypto stocks, NFTs, etc. You got to buy when nobody else is. Because as Warren Buffett said, you want to be greedy when others are fearful, and fearful when others are greedy. Now, for more information on the VIX, VIX ticker, please go to my website, Haroon Ventures, and at the top you can search for VIX for one of my many business explanations. And VIX, the VIX, is a derivative contract, which I'll explain in a lot more detail in my complete derivative options and futures course coming out soon to Udemy. So when the VIX spikes a lot, and when Topps is finally a publicly traded company, it's coming soon, then you can back up the truck and buy Topps stock whenever they go public, that is. So what about GameStop, ticker GME? Well, GameStop is also issuing NFTs on the Ethereum platform. And the news of this led to a massive short squeeze again, as negative hedge fund investors were betting against the stock, and they freaked out and closed their short positions. Now, a short position is the opposite of buying a stock. Poor hedge funds. You know what that is? That's the world's smallest violin. So imagine GameStop partnering with Nintendo to make Pokemon NFTs. Demand would be insanely high if they do that. So how do we know that GameStop is going to make NFTs? And how can we legally find out the future corporate strategy of companies? Well, there's two different ways. The first way is you can go to uspto.gov, which is the United States Patent and Trademark Office, to search for patents or copyrights recently created by GameStop. Or what you can do here is you can go to copyright.gov to see if there are any GameStop NFT copyright documents. Or the second thing you can do when it comes to checking on GameStop's future strategy, what you can do is you can go to their website. This is powerful. You can go to their website to see who they're trying to hire people that might know about NFTs. If there's a listing there, we'll find it. I'll show you in a second. So let's go there together. What we're going to do is we're going to enter at the top GameStop.com. Okay, and this will search then Google space jobs space NFT, a plus because we want that to be included, the word NFT. And if we click here on GameStop's website, okay, so right here's NFTs. If you scroll down here, it says, we welcome exceptional engineers, yada, yada, yada. If you want to join our team to talk about NFTs or to help sell these products, email nfteam@gamestop.com. It's pretty powerful. So the bottom line is three things when it comes to NFTs, which run mostly on the Ethereum platform. Number one, understand that what the supply is of that NFT. Number two, buy when everyone else is freaking out when the VIX spikes to an all-time high or to a high way above 50 or so. Currently, it's around 20 or 30-ish. And then number three, only buy NFTs that, as Wayne Gretzky says, people are going to like in the future, meaning skate to where the puck is going to be.